Holiday, Holiday Guam, Holiday viewers, and Holiday voters. Welcome to another episode of the We Want to Know Action Pack Show, sponsored by the Action Pack and all of our partners, to include the Guam Chamber of Commerce, Guam Women's Chamber, Chinese and Korean Chamber, contractors, Hotel Restaurant Association, and the Realtors. We do appreciate you tuning into our conversations with the candidates. And today's special candidate is Mr. Alex Duenas. Holiday Alex, thank you for joining our show.
All right, Brendan, Holiday, everybody. Thank you for having me on. It's great to be here, and I hope that I can answer some of the questions. Thank you.
Well, we're definitely going to ask him, so we hope you're ready. And just for our new viewers, Action Pack Inc. was formed out of the need to play an active role in government, beginning at the grassroots level. Action Pack comprises members from a cross-section of Guam's society, representing all walks of life, and united in the belief that we can affect change through action. We welcome you to get to know us better, and we hope to help you get to know our candidates better this election season. With that said, Alex, here's your time. If you can do a quick intro to our listeners and viewers.
All right, so like I said, or buenas noches, everybody. My name is Alexander Duenas. A little bit about myself. I'm a son of educators, and I was born and raised in Guam. I attended George Washington High School, and I graduated from the University of Guam with a double degree in accounting and economics. I worked for the American Medical Center group of clinics as an accounting manager, and I also worked as a commercial banker at ANZ Bank. My platform is economic development and economic improvement, and that's pretty much it for my introduction.
You know, that's an important area that I will say the government can benefit from is more sound minds from the finance aspect of dealing, regardless of what industry it is. So it's great that you bring that to the table. And that leads us into our very first question, Alex. Can you please let our viewers know what are your three main platform pillars?
All right, so thank you for the question. Like I said, my main platform is economic development and economic improvement. This comes in several forms, such as the fostering of agriculture, through the development of small and micro-sized businesses, also through the expansion of trade between neighboring islands, and eventually through the development of business development programs of business mentorships and business assistance programs through, just brain capital, things of that nature. If I had two other platforms that I would really say that are more ancillary that I'm really interested in assisting, it would be education as well as affordable housing, but primarily economic development and economic improvement.
I was going to say it's great that you have, a laser focused idea of what you want to accomplish. And that's a great segue into our question number 2, which is, what is one main focus item that you believe you can realistically accomplish in one term?
That's the thing. So my item is a little bit away from my platform, but it does relate to one of the issues that I did point to, which was education. So education is near and dear to me. I did run for the Guam Education Board, and I am the son of teachers. One thing that I thought that would be great is to modify the service learning requirement. Currently, service learning is used with the kids, but I think that we should have an expanded focus on it and be able to have service learning and or community service, because I think it'll be more meaningful to the community, it'll be more meaningful to the parents, and especially to the students, that they'll be able to focus on something and be able to give something that they can actually use that will be meaningful to them and to their development, and everybody in the community can benefit from this too. And that goes from religious organizations, small businesses, even the government itself when it comes to things like cleanups. I mean, things like that I think are much more holistic, and I think it's much more meaningful. And that would probably be one of the first things that I would like to see pushed through if elected to office.
I'm a big fan of education, especially starting from a very early age in regards to professional development, or at least just sparking the imagination of careers or of dreams of our youth. I'm a single father of 4, and one of my biggest, I would say, and most proud committees that I chair would be the emerging leaders for the Guam contractors. And the reason why that was the purpose of the Guam contractors emerging leaders is to really start at the high school and middle school level with the career days and the trade shows and the expos, and really trying to just like kind of water the minds of our youth So they don't exit with the typical two routes, which aren't bad. But typically, in my generation, when you graduated high school, you A, went to the military, or you B, went to college. Both are great options, but Guam has an amazing third option, and that's the Trades Academy, be it at the GCA or the GCC. So it's awesome that you want to expound on these different ideas and possible industry areas for our youth. So that's amazing. Uh,
Thank you.
Now we're going to go to, or did you have anything to add to that?
Oh no, that's pretty much it. I'm a big fan of the trades. I think that it's great. I think we got a lot of really skilled individuals in Guam, and we just need to give them the conduits to be able to make that transition to be successful. We got a lot of great people here.
Yes, absolutely. And I love how you said that, you're a fan of education because you are a son of educators. So that's always awesome. All right, great. So, we're going to wrap it up with our final question that we do ask our candidates. And as I mentioned in the beginning of our interview, that we are back. The Action Pack is made up of the large business organizations on Guam. So it's no secret. We're all about business. We are pro business, but we do have a sound understanding that a business is only as successful as the quality and loyalty of their employees who go to work to make that honest living wage to provide for their family. So it's a beautiful synergy as far as opportunity, entrepreneurship, and then providing for our community. So our final question to you is, how will you help our local business community during this period of economic recovery?
All right, thank you for the question. So that's really important because we're starting to go into a period of economic recovery. So there's going to be a renewed focus on employee development, being able to get the revenue through the door, and being able to just basically increase your employees' capacity while helping your bottom line, right? What I think that, like I said, when it leads more into my platform earlier of being able to have business mentorship and business development programs, this goes through using the capital, the brain capital of people and being able to look at business units, analyze them thoroughly, and be able to see where they can restructure things. The way that businesses run in 2022 are very different from what they were in 2019 that they were from 2015. And probably the businesses that exist today are going to be very different in 2025 and in 2027. It's about being nimble. It's about being flexible, malleable, and being able to adjust to the times. And I think a lot of Guam businesses, at least the local ones that are not contingent or reliant on tourism, did a fantastic job of doing that. They managed to be able to really diversify themselves and be able to tap into revenue streams in the presence of unprecedented adversity. So, I would like to see more of that, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of options that can be explored, but that will probably be my first one that I would like to explore. And we can go from there and see what we can do.
It's great to have a focused launch pad, and I'm going to speak for the Action Pack and say that we our businesses and our industries were able to pivot. Some are still just getting out of that shutdown phase, still up to now, like our tourism industry. And what we are going to call for with those that make it through to the general and then are elected into the next legislature is a continued dialogue for the conversation of how the government can continue to support the local business as we branch out and accomplish and succeed the ideas that you were talking about with the brain equities and the professional developments and whatnot. But we do need that assistance from our future lawmakers. So we look forward to we wish you luck in the primary, and we look forward to continuing the conversation should you make it past the primary and into the general. With that said, do you have any last words for the viewer who is a potential voter vying for, that you are vying for one of their 15 votes in the primary?
Yes, I do. So, first of all, I'd like to humbly ask for your vote. Like I said, my name is Alexander Duenas. I'm number 11 on the ballot. If elected to office, I will work tirelessly for you. I will work very closely with all forms of government as well as the business community, because ultimately, for an economy to succeed, in order for one to thrive, we all need to work together. All of these resources need to be pulled together, and we need to be all in it together. I mean, it's never going to be a complete, win for one side or win for the other. But if we're moving forward in the right direction, that's when we know we're doing it correctly. So, with that being said, I'd like to humbly ask for your vote once again. Alexander Duenas, number 11 on the Democratic ticket. Thank you.
Well, thank you for accepting our invite for this conversation. Again, we hope to have another conversation with you in the near future. And when you said, you humbly ask and you will work tirelessly for us, I do apologize, but I wanted to cut in and say, but will you work in the jungle in the rain? Because that seems to be the funny memes going around Guam today. But with all jokes aside, we really do appreciate you taking the time to speak to Action Pack and our viewers and the potential voters. And we do ask all of our viewers to vote. It is very important for our viewers and our residents of voting age to exercise their right and their privilege to vote our next batch of elected leaders. And I'm pretty sure, Alex, we can both agree that a knowledgeable and informed voter is a powerful voice at the polls. So we do ask you guys to come out, vote for who you feel can lead our island into a better state than what we are currently living in. The primary is on August 27th. Again, the primary is on August 27th. Today was the last day, as this is recorded on the 19th, for early voting. So if you weren't able to catch the early voting, we do hope to see you at the polls on August 27th. And do encourage your friends and family to vote. Don't vote with bias, but vote with the knowledge and information. By consuming the types of information that we are providing along with other news outlets. Research your clients, research their track record, and if they had the privilege of serving in the previous legislatures, do research their wins or what they really did push once they got in past the polls and after the promises. So again, thank you so much for tuning in to the We Want to Know Action Pack show. My name is Phil Letty. I'm the executive director for the Action Pack. This is Alex Duenas, one of your candidates in the upcoming primary, vying for one of your votes. Should you listen to his story and see it fit that he should move on, please do vote for him in the primary. Thank you so much, and God bless Guam.